Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam.
This is a beaver. You've probably heard of their dam building and tree cutting. Aside from humans, no other living animal does more to modify its environment for its own purposes. But when? How does the beaver and why does it breed? This is a beaver. So the beaver beeves and the rest of the dam gets built.
Thank you for giving a damn. We have taken our first step toward being the damn dominant top apex predator beaver that we could possibly be, being the top character, the top player in this wonderful game.
How does the beaver and why does it beeve?
Thank you for giving a damn.
Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Good to see each and every one of you. Looks like we had a small error over on Twitch. I'm gonna go get that fixed real quick. Yeah, right there. I don't know why that switched back on the title. Let's go ahead and get that fixed because we are doing some roster reviews today. Not trying to redeem ourselves in GAC. That is for tomorrow. There we go. Now the title's all fixed so people can find our roster reviews. Welcome each and every one of you. It's good to have you guys here. Hey, Great One, good to see you. Could we get a couple of our members in chat to drop some General Kenobis in the chat for Great One coming in with that beautiful hello there. Fenrir, good to see you. Hans, good to see you. Welcome. Marcus, it was a crazy day, just like every day has been for like the last month, but tomorrow should be a much more chill day and I'll have time for 2 streams tomorrow, and I don't have anything going on the evening, so it should be a more chill day and I'm excited for tomorrow, but we shall see. Great One, it's perfectly timed stream, love it. Seriously, good to see you, my friend. Welcome. I love the fact that you called me a rancid beaver. That's how insulting. Welcome each and every one of you. Okay, so I don't have anything on the docket. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have, like, let's see. And with that, Conquest is over. I've done every single event I need to do. My dailies are now finished. I've already finished my territory battles fully. So I've got nothing on the docket except hanging with you guys and doing some roster reviews. So, hey, Lady Geek, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Mikey Mike, welcome, welcome. So let's go ahead and open up for roster reviews. So for those of you who don't know, we do roster reviews in a certain order, which is the top priority is those who have a $10 membership or above. For right below that is anyone that is super chatting $5 or more, and then the next priority, which is usually what we go through, is the people in Discord. The Discord link will be in the chat right here right now, so you can join if you haven't already. There's a section called roster reviews, and so as soon as I put a message in there, any message after me putting a message saying roster reviews are live now, we will look at those roster reviews if we have time. That is your best way to get a free roster review. Then fourth priority is people in chat. Unfortunately, we don't usually get to people in chat. It's just we just usually don't have time because we have so many people in Discord that we are trying to go through. So best way for you to get a free roster review is through going through Discord. But yeah, it'll be for free roster reviews. It's 5-minute roster reviews. We'll put up a timer on screen, go through them, and then get through as many as we can. And then if you pay for or have a membership, you can do a longer roster review where we go a little bit more in depth. And if it's a $10 membership or above, you can also have the opportunity to not only have it be a priority roster review, but you can have it be a live roster review where we talk in a voice channel on Discord if you so choose, if you're comfortable with that. Or you can have a private roster review off stream. I'm glad everything went through okay. Beaver, I was a bit concerned because I didn't see it in my bank statements. Yeah, it looked like everything worked on my end.
That is the sound of 1,000
Swamp Grass coming in with a raid of 4 people. Thank you so much, my friend. I don't think...
Onaka, welcoming you to the Beaver Dam.
I don't believe we have a mod over on Twitch at the moment that can handle a shout out. So I will get that done right now. Go check out Swamp Grass, my friends. He is awesome. Okay, let me go ahead and hit the message in the roster review chat so that way you guys can start signing up for it. So everyone prepare your messages. Hey, Swiggo Gameplay, how you doing, my friend? Don't see you stream much nowadays. This last month has been really crazy. I was working 2 jobs with each at least 25 hours on each job. So I was working 50 plus hours and I was averaging about 60 hours a week. And so I didn't really have time in my life for anything at that time. And so my streams have been in like the middle of the night lately. But we're getting back on track. We've cut down to just 1 job now, and I've now fully work from home, and I can move my
credits will do fine.
my schedule where I need to. So
JMK bundle tomorrow. Also skip to the 4th person in line as the RR for this message, because it's whimsical.
okay, RoboMelon, thank you so much for the $5, my friend. We'll see who number 4 is and give them a roster review first. Oh gosh. But yeah, we have a stream. We have 2 streams planned tomorrow. We streamed yesterday. We're streaming today, although we had to move our stream to later tonight because I got a little extra busy during my work day. Good news with the way that I'm working, I think towards the end of the week is going to be like where I'm most free, and so I'll like work a half day on Friday and maybe add an extra stream on Fridays or something like that. But yeah, we'll be having a full day-long stream, a Damathon, a mini one, on the day of the update, and we will be doing a speed run to level 85, going up against Map Master, see who can hit level 85 first with their new account. And we're also starting a new guild for new free-to-play accounts. So it'll be an interesting time, but we'll have an all-day stream, and we're gonna do like Damathon incentives, like you guys choosing my facial hair, or you guys choosing my first relic 10, things like that. So, hey, Death Destroyer of Worlds, Jelly, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Duxter, welcome. Going great now that you're here, my friend. General Carbonti. You too, Swampgrass. Oh, I guess your stream's over, but you have a great night, Swampgrass. Yes, happy Veterans Day. Is that today? Or is that yesterday? I don't know. I thought Veterans Day was a Monday thing. Is it a specific day of the month? It's Tuesday today, right? I'm having trouble keeping track of the days, guys. It's rough. Update. Because the update is probably going to happen tomorrow. Not that it's going to be pushed through, but it's going to, that's the day that we usually get updates, is tomorrow. Arnold is saying tomorrow, but according to the 10-year anniversary video, the changes are happening on the 18th. And that's when the anniversary stuff shows up as well. And so I don't think it's tomorrow. We may have an update tomorrow as a framework for the new update stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's coming on the 18th. I think Arnold is just, he got his hands on something to smoke, 11/11. Is it always 11/11? It was today. Happy late Veterans Day. Okay, so it was today. So it's Tuesday. Is it always 11/11? I don't know how this works. Is it like Thanksgiving where it changes every year? Nice, Death. Still doing reviews? We just stopped. We just started. I'm sorry. Sorry, Shayla. I am losing my mind here. I just started. I didn't just stop. I just started doing roster reviews. So yes, it is still open. Best way to get a free roster review is to go to the Discord. You can also jump the line for $5 in a super chat. Saying that it won't be tomorrow. It'll be a small content update tomorrow. When is the actual anniversary of SWGO? I actually don't know. I think it's, I thought it was like November 10th. Oh gosh, let me see how many we have currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know if we'll get through everyone today, but we will have another. So if you're doing a free roster review, I don't know if we'll get to you, but there is a section on the Discord called Channels and Roles. Here at the. I accidentally clicked something. If you go up to the top of the Discord, there's a Channels and Roles section, and you scroll down to the bottom of the Channels and Roles, and there's a would you like to be pinged for roster reviews? We will be going live on Saturday, and we'll have a regular roster review day every single week from here on out. But we will be doing a roster review stream on Saturday as well, and if you click this button, you'll always be notified when we go live for roster reviews. And if you no longer want to be notified for roster reviews, you just click it again, and boom, you are no longer notified for roster reviews. So we try to keep pings to a minimum here in the Beaver Dam because I get frustrated when there's too many pings. I cannot tell you how many Discord servers I am in that are fully muted, and because they just keep pinging everyone, and I'm like, dude, I already get like 60 plus messages a day from the content creator group chat. I do not need a whole bunch of other ones across 15 different servers. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we got Freelorn is going to be our first one, thanks to the donation from Robomelon, not Death Destroyer of Worlds alt. Nice name, nice name. Ben Monk is impatient. Okay. Let me just confirm. Yep, there we go. Okay. Sounds good, Lady Geek. We will do you right after this one, my friend. 11:24 according to the internet. There you go. New anniversary Lightspeed bundles. We haven't gotten any information, but we probably get information about it tomorrow, Hans. That'll be when we see it. Is tomorrow. Doing a roster review, they can be brutal. They can be, yeah. But hey, keep in mind, we're here in the Beaver Dam, and in the Beaver Dam, there is nothing wrong with a little pee-pee. If you have a little passion project that you're working on, we don't get angry at you for that. That's fine. We all have things that we enjoy in Star Wars. There's nothing wrong with a little pee-pee, or a big pee-pee for that matter. Membership skipped a line. Yes, you did hear that correctly. Great one. Depends on the level of membership that you have, but obviously, great one. Your membership does skip the line, so we can throw you next if you would like me to. It's basically, I always just have them tell me when they want, and when they tell me, I just throw them next in line. So. My alt's called Fenrir too. Love it. Okay. Sweet. Sounds good, Shaylin. Okay. Sounds good. Great one. We will do you next. Make sure your ally code's in and everything like that. So for now, it's going to be Freelorn right now, and then we're going to do Great One, and then we'll do Lady Geek, and then we'll go right back to our free-to-play list, and we'll go from top to bottom. And I'll basically, if you ask me where we are in the turn order of people getting roster reviews, it's always at the top of the free list, because I will delete whoever I do in the free list, so that way I can easily keep track of where I'm at. Is this a Chromium 1 account? That's wild. That's crazy that this is a Chromium 1 account. Oh, gosh, the game has changed so much with Lightspeed bundles. Okay. Let's open up Freelorn's. Or Freelorn? Yeah, Freelorn's. Not Fenrir. Freelorn. Been a while, kind of slacked on GAC. That's why. That makes more sense. Making my way back up, trying to figure out what to do. I've been hoarding for a few months, waiting for the 10th anniversary, but now that I don't need normal mats, I don't know what to get. Waiting for new tokens for Bo and Kenobi. I think I gotta bump stuff up with Relic Delta coming. Keep in mind, don't bump anything up to Relic 9 until the 18th. I'll be making a video actually about this tomorrow. But I highly suggest everyone who is here, who is getting rewards from Order 66 and looking to spend those Order 66 rewards over the next couple of days, wait till the 18th when they can have access to more things that are nice to have. Electrum conductors will be cheaper on Mark II. Bronzium wiring will no longer be a problem. You can get like 400 bronzium wiring per Order 66 raid. Like, there's some great stuff coming with the changes, including removing certain types of signal data to Relic 9. So with that, it's going to be helpful, and so I would just hold off on kind of doing that stuff and save up for that Relic Delta change. Yeah, only spend overflow to stay in your max. Yep, 100%. Waiting for new tokens for Bo and Kenobi. I think I gotta bump stuff up with Relic Delta. Yes. Let's take a look at your roster and see how you're doing. The good news is I'm already seeing some characters that are like solidly done. Okay. Oh. You still don't have that up? Okay. This character unfortunately is kind of dropped off now. Unfortunately, with Relic Delta, you essentially have to have the whole team at Relic 7 for it to do anything, which is just a lot to make a team viable. So that's not going to be something I suggest. But the fact that you don't have your Malicos done or your Savage is crazy to me. What should I be spending guild activity currency on now then? Which one's guild activity currency? That's the coins, right? The most important thing is that you get the... That's right, that's that one. Guild tokens, is that what you're referring to? Or are you talking about these ones, the raid tokens? Because these ones, you essentially are just looking for the piece that shows up right here, which is this right here, because it basically makes you so you never run out of chromium transistors. So you're always looking for these in that store, but beyond that, you can kind of just spend it on whatever gear you need. Yeah. So you're always on the lookout for these. That is the big thing. Is these right here, the Mark 7 Blastic weapon mods. Because you'll never run out of chromium transistors again if you're keeping an eye out on these. Other than that, just buy up gear that you're low on, and it really doesn't matter where you spend them as long as you keep some squandered away, secreted away, just for when that shows up right here. Yeah, he mentioned that he's going to be working towards bow. Death, stop swearing in my chat. It's damn DAM. You know this. You've been around the Beaver Dam long enough. Sounds good, Death. You have a great night, my friend. Spend Mark 1 on heat sinks or just buy hollow projectors and convert to heat sinks? I haven't done that math, Shaylin. I couldn't tell you. Does someone in the chat actually know that math? I don't know right now, because I've never really run out of chromium transistors. So, just because I'm always getting Mark 3. Yeah, there you go. RoboMelon's got the numbers for you. So, it's not by much, but it looks like, yes, it is cheaper. I'm assuming that your guild is doing Zepho and Mando ready. Because if not, like, I mean, you're Zepho ready, but you're not Mando ready. You definitely need a guild that's doing that nowadays. So we aren't. You need to switch guilds, dude. Like, you're already talking about doing Mando. You're Zepho ready already. You need to find a new guild. Like, that's going to be the biggest thing with how Chirotechs are going to be involved in scrapping and, you know, that type of stuff. You're going to want as many Chiros as you can get into your roster. So if you're going to be waiting for some lightspeed tokens before you do some stuff, I'd like to see you finish Savage and get this team up and running. This team is going to be vitally important for a lot of people because all you need is a Relic 7 Savage. After that, the rest can be like Relic 5 and you'll still be fine because it's usually Savage just tanking the hits and then you get an insta-kill. And the insta-kill is going to be able to go through Relic Delta. It's going to negate the fact that you have to go through high Relic characters. So these teams that do insta-kills are going to become very, very important in this game. And so I'd like to see you work on the Savage. I'd like to see you work on the Malicos, and I'd like to see you work on the Star Killer. Star Killer, you're at Relic 5. You need him up to Relic 7. Any team that has a flinging attacker, so one character that deals the damage, Malicos, Jedi Knight Luke, Dark Trooper, Star Killer, any of these characters where you're just flinging one guy that deals a lot of damage over and over again, you want to get that one guy up to Relic 7. And then those teams that have like the one really important tank, you're going to take those tanks up to Relic 7. So Kersantin, Savage, things like that. So that would be my big thing that I would work on for now, going into Relic Delta, is getting a team where you have an insta-kill up and running for the Relic Delta. And then looking at Malicos, because Malicos is still one of the best teams in the game, and you have the room for it, and you're waiting, it sounds like, for some other things. So you can afford this gear, these relic levels, and have zero problems. Beyond that, down here, not a whole other ton of stuff that I would suggest, farming up. 1, 2. You are missing a couple fleets to finish. Make sure you're farming shards. And get that Leviathan, my friend. The fleet meta might be a mess, but we want to take advantage of that mess, so that way it is easy for us. Because there's a lot of people out there that are still struggling with fleets when it could be the easiest thing in the world, because the meta just got shaken up so much that every fleet has a counter now. So. We can chat about you joining. Yeah, there you go. Which, I mean, with the Lightspeed tokens that are coming, a lot of people are going to be able to get Mommy Mandalore very easily. I'm in my roster as audio relics because it would be so miserable at the Kyber level for me. Oh yeah, I'm going to get wrecked for the first month and a half, 2 months. I'm dropping to Kyber 4. I don't know if you guys have seen my account, but I do not have a whole lot of Relic 7s. I've always, kept my roster very trim. I'm screwed. So I'm just basically waiting for the changes to hit, and then I'm going to just start mass Relic 7ing a whole bunch of characters while I, wait for some stuff to get into my roster. Specifically Zetas. Okay, quick look at your speed. I also, because Malevolence is a little undervalued right now, considering what's happening with the fleet meta, your layout looks a little slow. Yeah, it looks like you still have some. I think you're behind on just mods in general, is what I'm seeing here. That Ray is decently modded. It's not quite at the spots I want it to be, but it's good enough. But some of these GLs seem fairly slow. I think just overall you're just running low on mods, which is, I'm right there with you, dude. Just drop more crystal refreshes into mods specifically. When it comes to ships, Malevolence is struggling right now. I honestly would kind of prefer you to get the Star Fortress done than the Hyena Bomber right now. I'm having a lot more success with this. I'm seeing a lot of Malevolences on defense because people are like, oh yeah, I'm not using it right now, I'm just going to throw it there, and Malevolence is the easiest thing in the world with a full done Star Fortress. So something to think about. It also can beat Profundity. I've been using it against Profundity, but it's a little bit of a wonky team for Profundity. You need the Palpmobile, and you need the TIE Bomber, so you only need one more star on Palpmobile, and you can pull off the Profundity counter with it too. It's so wonky. It's such a weird one. Mods won't mean crap anymore. It'll still mean quite a bit. It's just going to be, are your characters at Relic 7 first? Is kind of the first question. But even then, if you have a fast Imperial Troopers, for instance, and then a Relic 7 Dark Trooper, it's going to function the same way as it did before with Gear 8 Imperial Troopers, as long as you have good mods, because the whole damage was always Dark Trooper. And so now you just have a high Relic Dark Trooper to fill in that slot. Starkiller, same thing. You have to have a fast Mara Jade, but if you already have a good Starkiller and you have a fast Mara Jade, even if she's not Relic 7, you can run circles around enemies and still take out quite a bit with it. So as you're getting into Kyber 2 and that type of stuff, Kyber 3, the Kyber area, and high ends of Erodium, you'll still see the problematic things, but you can still use your mods to take a step above your enemies. Try that counter. There's instantly kill Palp or raise Falcon. Is that just bad RNG or something off versus lower star profundities, you think? I don't know. Do you have a 7-star Palpmobile, Robo? I wonder if they're going to rework the raid with Relic Delta. Because all you have to do is survive the opening play. And the moment the opening play ends, you're good. But you do need the Palpmobile offering that protection up to keep you alive during the opening play. It's 6 stars, actually. It's a speed check. I'm 20 shards away. Hold on. It's a raid with Relic Delta. I think that there's a chance they will with solos. Dragon Wolf, I think that's one thing I'm a little worried about. They're gonna add relics to territory battles and raids, but I can't confirm this info, so I don't take my word for it. They're adding them in the sense of they're adding in the like symbols in the thing, so that way you know what relics you're going against. But that's it. It's still, you know, if you're going up against the Relic 5 version, you're going against the Relic 5 version. If you are in the third sector of territory battles, you're in the third sector of territory battles. So they're adding the indicators to show what's already there, essentially. And here I am without a Paltmobile. I love the Paltmobile. Okay, let me check this thing that I was going to check, and then we'll move on to the next person. Paltmobile. Do you have this ability leveled up? Because if this is not upgraded, this is what's screwing you. Abilities are maxed? Okay. If the Paltmobile itself is dying, it's probably that star. The difference between a 5-star and a 7-star ship is insane. 5-star, 6-star, and 7-star is where all the durability of crewed ships show up. So it's probably just, if you have your Paltmobile being hit and killed, that's probably where it's coming from. And if the Paltmobile gets hit, I believe it should make the TIE Bomber taunt. So, like, that's probably the problem you're running into. So get those last 20 shards and you should be fine. Okay. Jumping in, let's go to Great One. And then we will do Lady Geek. Same as Ray who died. Yeah, I've never had Ray get targeted like at all in that. It's possible it might be like a you know, a low star thing that's like causing some interaction. Okay, Great One. Finishing up my Seer Malchus team, working on my Inquisitors, and Quad may just unlock Trench. He'll be on the bench. Thank you. I was like, as soon as you said Trench in that message, I was like, oh no. I am glad you're not taking him up. Okay, already seeing a lot of Relic 7s. But no, we're starting to get down here. Like, obviously, Zori is not a big deal because keep in mind, everyone, when it comes to teams that are high turn meter train teams that are based around exposes, dots, or detonators, it's not important that you get your relic levels up except for survivability reasons. Like the Zori Bliss team is still going to kill everyone on Ahsoka's team except for Ahsoka herself because exposes count as an enemy damaging itself. So it's not like you have to Relic 7 your Zori team. But I am seeing, for instance, a Star Killer here at Relic 5, a Darth Malak, which is a key tank in teams at Relic 5. We're seeing a Darkside Ray, which is kind of a key to keeping your team alive and getting people back in Supreme Leader Kylo Ren at Relic 3. So it's looking like you have quite a bit of work to put in your teams just in general to get them to up to snuff. Dr. Aphra at Relic 5 is going to get absolutely destroyed. Relic 5 Great Mothers, same thing. So keep in mind that this Relic Delta is going to affect these teams a lot. Are paid roster reviews still on the table? Yes, they are. Pro team gets every assist on the first call assist. It can even one-shot a R9 raise Falcon. It's just bad RNG sometimes. Interesting. Yeah, Malakos is at Relic 5 as well. You are correct. Your Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. This is one I didn't mention on Freelorn, was it, that we just did? That also should be thought about is your ones are Relic 7, his are Relic 5. All of these should be Relic 9 now. This should be like a top priority going into Relic Delta, is getting your Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan up to Relic 9 to get those wonderful, wonderful Relic 9 materials as often as possible.
I wish to get a paid review before I go sleep.
Sounds good, Darth Dragonwolf. It wasn't super important before. It is super important now. The more Relic 9 materials you have coming in, the better, because we're looking at a lot of people taking things up to higher Relic levels and an easier way to take things up to higher Relic levels. So having more and more ways to take your characters up is important. So I'm like, right now, my next on my list of Relic 9s, I was going to Relic 9 my my dark side clones. I already have Scorch and Tarkin, so I was going to do the rest of the clones to get a higher score in the raid. I was going to do all the other characters, but with Relic Delta on the way and everything, my next ones are going to be Ahsoka, because I already have Ahsoka, and she's the only one needed to pull off that new event. So, there's Relic 9 materials for me there, and then I'm going to do Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon, and then I'm going to go straight into the Imperial Remnant and Relic 9 them, because I want as many Relic 9 materials as I can at this point. Savage Opress, you got at Relic 4, another one that you need to get up to Relic 7. There was another one that's in this screen somewhere that I was like, ooh, that needs to be done. It's Malgus. Malgus is right there. The Malgussi needs the Relic 7. He is a key tank. So a lot of this comes down to kind of finishing your farms. That's kind of the big name of the game right now, is just finish your farms. Like, this account, it has a little bit more to say about finish your farms than usual. I'm seeing a Queen Amidala, Jedi Cal Kestis, regular Cal Kestis. I'm seeing a lot of, partial investment into things, a lot of low relics on some stuff. It sounds like you're just going to be taking some time away from going after the new thing. Stop going, ooh, a piece of candy, and going for the new thing. And you're just going to build out your roster a bit. And it'll give you some time to get some Zetas into your roster as well, because I'm seeing, you have a Relic Cal, but no Zetas on him and stuff like that. So, like, it looks like you could use Zetas regardless. But a lot of what we're going to be looking at is upping your Relic levels, because this account looks good for now, but will fall apart with Relic Delta in the game. That's kind of the scary thing. Will passes and force need high relics? It depends on the counter. That one's going to be very counter dependent. If you're going against stuff that has a lot of AoEs, then yes, you are going to need that. A lot of people, if they're utilizing for instance, a Dark Side Bastila already gets killed off pretty easily. Jedi Knight Revan already gets killed off pretty easily. They're just a little weaker than most people that you deal with as supports. Those ones are going to desperately need those high relic levels. But some other ones like Lando, I probably am not going to bring up anytime soon. I'm talking about the Skiffguard Lando, of course. Rogue One B-Wing, crazy 7-star B-Wing, but not finished on the Raven's Claw. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna need to get that Leviathan sooner rather than later. But I think prioritizing the Relic Delta stuff, because if you don't prioritize Relic Delta is on the same wavelength as ships used to be. So it used to be that ships used to be the big thing where, if you don't have ships, you're screwing over your account. That's still true because of Fleet Arena. But the thing is, one Relic 9 Savage and Carbonite is going to get you infinite holds. So it's become a thing of, having some key Relic characters, understanding what to do with the new strats with Relic Delta. That's going to become the new key. You will not have a fun time in your GACs if you don't adapt for Relic Delta as soon as possible. Will Relic Delta affect ships? No. Dark Stanley is correct. There is no effect on ships. Yeah, I mean, the chances of that, Owie, are fairly low, though. But yeah, that can happen for sure. So, as I mentioned with the other accounts, focus on key characters. I don't want to just say attackers and tanks, because it really is key characters. For instance, Dr. Aphra, attackers that are flingers are the most important thing. So a Relic 7 Padawan Obi-Wan goes a long way in Quadme. A Relic 7 Terran Malicos, a Relic 7 Starkiller. Key tanks, by key tanks I mean that they're infinite taunting tanks, or tanks that do something really really special. For instance, Darth Malak, Savage, Chrysanthemum on the Jabba team. Those really solid tanks. That's the ones we're looking at first. And then, you know, speaking of key characters, things like Ben Solo. You know, if they can one-tap your Ben Solo, you're kind of screwed. We'll see if it'll let me refresh your roster. I know a couple times I've had a little iffiness with resetting rosters and seeing if things have changed. Relic 8, nice, nice. And where is he? Where's that beautiful man? I've lost him. Where'd he go? Galactic Republic. There he is, Relic 9. Very nice. Okay, so you're already getting them up. Love to see it, my friend. Love to see it. Awesome. Taking strides. Like to see it. Jedi Knight Revan already up to Relic 6 of the Relic 7 that you could use for him. Beautiful. Yeah. So. Yeah, it was saved, not mats, I don't believe, but signal data at least. Hey, Ventui, welcome, welcome, my friend. Okay, quick look at mods, and then we're moving on to Lady Geek. Hondo is your fastest unit. I mean, seems like he has a pretty high base speed, so fair. Is he the fastest GL? Or is he at least the fastest GL we mod for speed? Overall, your GLs are looking pretty well modded. Staff has a high base speed, but I don't know. 322 for your fastest unit on your regular characters is a little worrying. I do think your mods could use some work. Ooh, and that's a pretty harsh fall off already. Is Captain Drogon over 300? Barely. So where's your 300 end? It's probably Hux is under. Yeah. So... yeah, you definitely, your mod depth is looking pretty shallow. Oof. I hope you're Relic 7ing him. Overall, mods could use a little bit of work. I feel like you're behind on your mods, which, I mean, makes sense. The only thing you really can't pay for, like, specifically is mods, because they're all RNG dependent, and it's all about you being efficient and taking time. Like, you can't really buy a pack in the store and be like, look, I have all my mods. It doesn't really work that way. So, Hondo is the highest base speed in the game. There you go. Didn't Arnold say something about Relic 7 JKR? Oh, you mean way back in the day? Or do you mean recently? Because I haven't watched anything of his recently because I haven't had time. But if you're talking about back in the day, yeah, he used to get so upset at people whenever they would suggest to him that he Relic 7 his Jedi Knight Revan and would rage about it. It was a little rage bait thing people would do in chat. Because, like, you know, if I Relic 7 my Jedi Knight Revan, I might as well Relic 7 everyone in my roster. Because, you know, he does everything he's supposed to do at Relic 5. Now with Relic Delta, that's not true. Okay. There we go. That's bugging me. But yeah, you need to start putting some extra effort into your mods. Be as stingy as possible, my friend. With how fast you're bloating your GP and everything and building up teams, you gotta be as stingy as possible with those mods. Just, they're not your girlfriend. You can't fix her. If it's a bad mod, just throw her away. So someone else will benefit from it. You cannot fix broken mods. Lady Geek. Lady Geek needs a direction. Wisdom, rapid Beaver instructions, or maybe just tell me if my Leia team is modded wrong. I mean, we'll take a look at your Leia team real quick. Your Leia is modded for speed, health, really good speed. Yeah, R2. Usually you mod him for speed health, but I can understand what you're going for. I would probably swap out this protection for something else. I don't mind the offense modding, but usually you go for the speed, especially because you can use R2's smoke to cheese a lot of stuff. Just because you can put the smoke down and then throw it with the Adrad and Jin, and you just throw the smoke down and have Jin sit out in the open, and they just sit there and wail on Jin. But you need to get that in as fast as possible, otherwise they could kill off Adrad and you're kind of screwed. But, like, he does share offense as well with his allies. This essentially is just looking slow. I think your R2, I would probably remod for the speed health, personally. And then I drop probably an offense mod in the cross or something like that. I do like to do that myself. But most people, I think, it's mostly just health. I need a 3-star guide for the Endor Escalation Leia tier as well as the Ultimate Journey. I will get on that, Darth Dragonwolf. Next time they come around, I will do a guide for it. And then your Captain Drogon is one that you want as much speed as possible. You don't want to drop like speed mods on him, but the higher you get him, the better, because the higher his speed is, the more turn meter he has when Leia uses her pull ability, the tactical offense. And it's 1% damage increase per turn meter removed. So, yeah. If I understand that correctly, you want as much speed as possible in general. True. Relic Delta will probably solve a lot of the fact that we need guides in general. You're not wrong, Swiggo Gameplay. I'm very curious to see how much easier Proving Grounds is specifically. Because Proving Grounds is a Relic 3 minimum, which I would assume means that all the enemies are going to be considered Relic 3s. So with Relic 7 characters inside Proving Grounds, that would be a full allotment of 4 Relic levels difference, which means like 100% increased damage and like 40% decreased damage. So yeah. So, like, yeah, it's... I think that we're going to see a lot of my Proving Grounds videos be completely worthless to people. People are just going to be like, what do you mean the Malgus tier is hard? I don't know what you're talking about. The TIE Interceptor I did first try, 3 stars. Like, we're going to see that type of stuff. Okay, so your rebel team, it looks like it could use a little bit of work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think Sith Eternal's getting any better with Relic Delta. But he is an insta-kill, which might actually be quite kind of important with the Relic Delta. So, I don't know. Sith Eternal might be something coming back into the meta. We shall see. The sniper droid? Yep. I do like the Relic 6 Chrysanthemum, but the Relic 3 Malicos is not good. Relic 5 Afra. Yeah, there's some rough stuff in here, my friend. Going in with Relic Delta. Like, this Relic One Great Mothers was doing some work for you, but that's like a 1-tap now. 150% extra damage is a lot of extra damage. You just unlocked Afra. Fair enough. But yeah, like I'm worried that you have some stuff that's gonna be, yeah, like that armor is just gonna get one tapped by an AoE. The Relic Delta is gonna be one that we're gonna have to go through our rosters and really figure out who we need to Relic 7 in each roster. Relic 6 Dark Trooper, very nice. Very nice. She didn't do no work. Okay. I like how many of your farms that you've done, you've brought up to Relic 7. Like I'm seeing, you know, the Relic 7 Ben Solo, we're seeing a Relic 8 Quadme, Relic 7 Darth Bane, you know, Relic 7 Third Sister, Rey. You're taking the Relic 7s for these characters for a lot of the time, which is solid. The Relic 6 on Jedi Knight Revan. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff that's going to be helpful because you were thorough earlier in the game. You're getting helped out by your Relic Delta, and I am very happy about that. Yeah. So honestly, for you, like we've talked about your Rebels mods a bit, and I'm sure there's more modding I could go into, but like overall, I think just Relic Delta prep is really what we're looking at, Lady Geek. You don't have a ton to do here, which is good versus other people where you have a lot of your stuff already up to like Relic 7, but you do have some pretty important characters still lying about. So prioritize getting those key characters up to Relic 7. This is what I'm kind of worried about, honestly. I've never wanted to Relic 7 Hermit Yoda, but I might have to because he might just die off to an AoE at this point. Sounds good, RoboMelon. You have a great night, my friend. Is Ahsoka still the most underwhelming GL? At the current moment, yes. Once the new raid goes away, I think it'll go back to being Lord Vader again. Because I think the value of Ahsoka will outweigh the value of Lord Vader at the moment. Relic 3 used to the baseline of what you could say is done to Relic 7, where we say a character is done. No. Relic 3 was the baseline of, like, done for supports. Relic 5 was the baseline of being done. So they've just bumped it up by 2 relics, essentially. Hoda evades under stealth. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to help, but we'll hope for the best. And the only who thinks Vader should have been the temp lead for clones instead of Tarkin. I mean, yeah, but looking at what they're doing with this current anniversary, because they plan this stuff like quite a ways out. Looking at what they're doing for the 10-year anniversary, I'm not surprised they didn't do that, because they probably want to put Darth Vader with either Afra or the new Darth Vader on the Mara Jade team. Like, we have 2 open spots for him, and they want to bring him back into the meta. Lady Geek, are you back from ads? It looks like you're back from ads. Are you good? Oh, Yoda. I was just speculating that, like, he might be one I've never wanted to take to Relic 7, but I might have to thanks to Relic Delta. It wasn't necessarily anything about your roster specifically. But yeah, so Savage up to Relic 7 is going to be a big one for a lot of people. Malicos as well, just like we've talked about. Luckily, a lot of your stuff is already prepped, but I would just push into the Relic Delta preparations pretty heavily. Your Mando ready? Are you... You have these guys at Relic 9. You have these guys at Relic 7. This might be one to push for, and getting them up to Relic 9, but, I wouldn't look at it until post-Relic Delta, of course. But, yeah. Trying to maximize your Relic Delta coming in, Relic 9 coming into Relic Delta is going to be vital. And I love the fact that you have the Relic 9 Ahsoka. I'd consider the Imperial Remnant. Wait till after Relic Delta drops. For now, I would just focus on getting as many teams usable as possible for your roster. And if you run out of Bronzium wiring, kind of just wait for Relic Delta. Bronzium wiring will be taken care of once that hits. Hey, Commander Lex, welcome. The clones are still good in GAC. You're correct. The clones are still good in GAC. The clones are still good in Territory Wars. But now that Ahsoka has her thing, going for Ahsoka is going to get you Imperial Remnant Relic 9s plus the Ahsoka Relic 9 materials. Plus you're getting a GL. So, like, just the value of those three feels pretty dang good versus Lord Vader, who, you don't build his team out of his requirements. His requirements are good, but you don't build his team out of his requirements. You have to build a whole bunch of new marquees to get his team up and rocking, or you have to build a conquest character that is not easily accessible. So, plus, as far as I've seen, people are still able to beat Lord Vader with Mommy Mando, so it really hasn't changed too much of how at least the upper echelon takes care of Lord Vader. And it's still beat by, like, SLKR. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's a ton. Remember, don't say the letter G by itself in chat. Guessing this Relic Economy Mark III will be primarily for impulse detectors and gear to keypads. Impulse detectors, arrow magnifiers, gear to keypads. Yeah. Hey, Stanimal, welcome. I am exhausted, but I am here, my friend. How are you doing? What is the GI event relic level? Do we know the opponent's that is? It's probably Relic 5. Since the requirements are Relic 5, it's almost certainly Relic 5. Would you go Hondo or Ahsoka first? I don't know. Relic Delta, I think I have to go with Ahsoka. Because, like, Hondo with the Smuggler's Run is great, but I almost feel like relicking is now more important than mods, which is not something I would have ever suggested before Relic Delta. I think I'd suggest Ahsoka first, which I hate so much. Very nice, Commander Lex. Very nice. Okay, Dragon Wolf. Let's do you real quick so you can go to bed, my friend. There's Darth Dragon Wolf. I know, Mara. I won't be on very much longer. Hold on. Okay. Darth Dragon Wolf. Finishing up my Bow Mando team and my raid tunes, but not sure if I should go for Balin or continue to finish up my fleets to finish building other teams. Where are you? Rhodium. Let's have some fun here. We're going to take a look at this as an example. Is it okay if we use your roster as an example, Darth Dragon Wolf? I'm asking, but I'm gonna do it regardless. Okay, let's see how bad you're doing right now. Okay, Erodium 3 seems to be not too bad. I know Erodium 1 is gonna suck for people. Erodium 2 and Erodium 1 are gonna be where it sucks so bad for so many people. But it seems like most of what you're seeing in your enemies, like, yeah, here's a Relic 9 Ahsoka Tano. Those are 2 Relic 9s, so Ahsokas are gonna deal some crazy damage on that team. But you're not seeing a ton of Relic 9s, so it's not as important that you focus on Relic Delta as, you know, some of these people that I've been talking to. But as you climb up to Erodium 2 and Erodium 1, you're gonna... My Leia eats Ahsoka for breakfast. Yeah, you have a Relic 9 Leia, right? Saw that earlier. You know, luckily the stuff that it's kind of required to get this team up is already high relics, so luckily Leia doesn't really need to be touched when it comes to relic levels. But yeah, so like the stuff you're going up against, it looks like it's none too shabby. It's not like you're going up against a whole bunch of Relic 9s, like a lot of the people in the high end of Erodium are. So I would say that you have some time at least, which is good. Because like a lot of people, they just don't have time. Like me, I'm basically screwed as soon as Relic Delta gets implemented. I just can't win against 90% of my opponents. So like, I don't know, last season had 30 Relic 9s, which if you were just to throw those 30 Relic 9s on defense, a lot of rosters are just kind of not be able to get through, which is depressing. Yeah, I see it. We just don't have any our moderators out today. There we go. Usually it seems if I don't plan my counters. Yeah. So I think that your Relic Delta issue is not as bad as the other ones. There's still things here that I'd like to see you get up, and I need you to keep them in mind. You know, things like Jedi Knight Revan, things like your Starkiller. You need to keep them in mind, but it's not like you're gonna die immediately in your GAC. A lot of us, we're gonna just immediately get wrecked. Half of our counters will no longer work in GAC. That's just how it's going to be, which is super, super unfortunate. But you're not in that spot in GAC, so it's not as scary for you. So I do want you to make sure that you are looking at well, let's go check right now. So you're Mando ready, and I assume you're doing Mandalore, which makes me assume that you would have Zepho ready. Yes. And then let's look at your Galactic Republic. Queensmen are not done. I'm going to suggest Queensmen. I'm going to suggest value farms, my friend. If I Relic 10 my GL Hondo team, hopefully he holds the wall. There you go. Perfect, great one. Gonna do my first attempt at the mission this row. It's super easy. If you're talking about Bo Mandalore, there is a glitch that happens like 1% of the time that can instantly kill your Bo Mandalore and you just lose. That is something that can happen. I've never had it happen, but I know it exists. Otherwise, it basically, you can watch my guide and do it every time. I don't remod at all. I just do it with my base mods. Would a CLS team be affected by Relic Delta? The answer is yes and no. No to most teams, but any team that has, you know, can't be damaged by health percentage effects, those will be heavily affected. So it just kind of depends, but the answer is yes and no. You figure out the RNG to the Zepho unlock, or just don't. I highly suggest to anyone and everyone, I know Omicrons are hard to come by, but just the JKCK Zetas, or Omicrons, is so good. Like the Impetuous Assault one, oh, I love this Omicron. Holy crap, it makes it so that way, even before you insta-kill, you can kill off the people in the second piece of the Zepho mission. I love these Omicrons. Everyone should apply all 3 of them. I use them to basically, you know, have a free win up through the Relic 8 tiers, because I brought my JKCK up to Relic 8 just for that reason. Because he can take whatever Relic 8s you happen to have and get through a combat mission. And so, you know. And plus, also, the if you want to help out your guild and you're like, combat missions don't do a ton. It's like, well, there's a Zepho combat mission on Zepho itself that requires JKCK as the lead, that gives about 1 million score instead of the regular like 250,000. So that always feels good to kind of double up on, or quadruple up on your score from a combat mission. What is one Zepho the last 7 times? I've probably lost this time. I've got windmill defense 1. It's amazing. I also got Bane on the back burner. Okay, yeah, Bane. Where's your Bane? How's your Bane look? Yeah, that's definitely one that should come up. Get this guy up to Relic 7. I might even suggest Relic 8. Especially with Relic Delta involved. I think Relic 8 might be the way to go. I'll mostly use him with JML tomorrow. Should be my first time using Zephyr Plus. I might end up doing lead soon. He's like, his lead is honestly better than using Jedi Master Luke. In fact, in the early zones, I actually use Jedi Master Luke on his team instead of as a separate team, because I don't need that many teams in the early area. His lead is actually better with the Omicrons. Okay, so your current roster doesn't look bad for where you're at, which is good. But keep in mind that other people are going to be building for Relic Delta too. And so you might want to look into perchance going about this in a different way, going ahead and getting some more value into your roster, like the Queen's Men, like I suggested, trying to push into building for Relic Delta as much as possible, get some Relic 9 Queen's Men in here, and get as much value as you can. So I'm telling you right now, Darth Dragonwolf, I don't know what else in your roster could be better than putting Zetas and Omis on Bane. Bane can solo basically every team in the game. So I don't know about the Wampa at R9. You can if you want to, but like you're gonna get to Kyber 3, you know, Kyber 4, and just Wampa's not gonna do anything. So I don't know how much I would suggest the Relic 9 Wampa, but tanks, yeah. Key attackers, like we've talked about, yeah. Relic 7 Queens of Men, great. Did R8 Starkiller and R7 Savage oppress? That's my last roster preview. Now it's just a few R7s left to be Balin ready. Heck yeah, Smallville. That's why I like to hear Commander Lex. Duo, yes, obviously Duo. So I would probably put Bane higher. I would put Queen's Men up on your list, and I would probably try to go for value as much as possible right now, just to kind of get you into a good spot. Is that speed mods? Speed mods on a Bo-Katan. I wouldn't suggest that. I would go for the offense mods 100%. She's the damage dealer on that team. You want that juicy offense. Your mods are solid, but could use some more work. Yeah. Like most Lightspeed bundle accounts. Your fleets look rough, dude. Your fleet's doing a lot of work. You're very behind on your fleets. Oof. Fenrir, is that with offense mods? Because that's honestly impressive. This is not an easy speed to get through with offense mods. She deals true damage, so crit damage doesn't matter, Darth Dragonwolf. Offense does. Offense increases true damage. Crit damage does not affect true damage. So you avoid doing crit damage. You do offense. Because offense does change true damage. Unless it's a specified type of true damage is always inflicted by offense. So if you have a higher offense, you will deal more true damage. Dang, Fenrir. Get working on that, my friend. But yeah, so never a crit damage triangle on a character that deals true damage, but always an offense. Hi, Mara. I know, I need to take you out. Okay, I got time for one free roster review. I apologize, guys. I wish I had more time, but today was very busy, and we'll have more time on Saturday, and Mara is begging to go out, so we will take her out in just a moment. I'm guessing this is Jelly, I think, if I recall. Dark Shadow, Ocean God, that's you, Jelly, right? Should I go for Glat before Hondo as someone who has completed Paw Patrol Relic 7, who has 7 of 17? Glat, plus my guild is encouraging us to go for her for Rote and for Territory Wars. For Rote, it's not like one that you can like auto every battle or anything. Maybe if you had an Omicron. I don't know what the Omicrons are looking like for territory battles. Territory Wars, yeah, they're a good team. They require 2 Omicrons for it, but they're a good team in Territory War. They give 2 sets of Relic 9 materials per month, essentially, which is pretty fire, honestly. I don't know what other things you have left. If it's just between Glat and Hondo, I'd probably suggest Glat right now. Honestly, I'd probably suggest Glat. He'll be glad to have her. No. Not funny. Okay, I'm working on Leviathan as well as farming shards for some other ships. I need to get my fleets up to par. Do you see any massive holes that need to be addressed aside from mods, of course? Okay, so you're going up in Erodium 2, which means you're probably running into quite a few Relic 8s and Relic 9s. Yeah, I'm seeing some very low relics, my friend. Fenrir, keep in mind the Discord is, it gets sent up from your PC and then sent to me. And so it's going to be a different order on my screen than it will be on your screen when you guys all message at the same time. Mara, hi. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of low relics, dude. I'm seeing a lot of Relic 3s, a lot of Relic 4s. You might have to start pumping some extra refreshes into signal data farming and utilizing the new stuff where, bronzium wiring is basically infinite now. You're going to have to get these low relics up to at least Relic 5 and push them to Relic 7 as much as possible. Especially getting into Erodium 2, you're starting to get to that spot where you're going to see a ton of those high relic characters. You sort by relics now. Is it in here? Yeah, relic amplifier level. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of key people here that are just sitting down here and are just going to get, they're going to run up to the enemy and go, Gucci, Gucci, goo, and then just get plastered against the wall. There'll be nothing left but, like, one of the neck, like, hair tails from Treya. Like, you're looking at some of your teams just getting absolutely plastered. So, yeah, I think you're going to have to do some work on upping your relic levels for a bit. Faux shizzle. We're gonna Leviathan as well as farming shards for some other ships. I need to get my fleets up to par. Other than DC massive holes, I need to address the size for mods. Yeah, like I want to see your Queen's Men up and rocking, just for the sake of the value. But you also invested in the Queen Amidala, and this is such a great team. And it's really just those three, and getting up to Relic 7 is not a bad thing by any means. So I would probably say get your Quadme team up and rocking, and then fix some Relic Delta stuff. And then besides that, kind of just, you know, focus on your ships and get them up and running. But that's what I'm worried about, is you have a couple Relic Delta holes, and then your Queen Amidala team. Not only is that going to get you value, but it's also going to get you a great team. It won't at all, Commander Lex. There is 0 effect in fleet battles. Fleet battles will remain unchanged. Are we still getting double drops for the anniversary and a gift box in the inbox with and a portrait with 3 Clone Wars Chewie shards this anniversary? We haven't gotten the Clone Wars Chewie shards, I think, like the last 2 years, if I recall. But we usually get a box, so I would assume yes. We'll probably get more information tomorrow about that, because I don't think I saw any information about that on the original 10-year announcement. But to be fair, it was very filled with stuff, so that would probably be my guess. Also, Stagger, good to see you, my friend. I think this is the first message you sent during this stream, so good to see you. But yeah, I think that this is going to be the biggest hole that a lot of people are going to run into, dude. Relic Delta is going to wreck a lot of accounts. So if we don't get Clone Wars Chewie shards, we revolt. Ugh, love it. Dude, I'm excited for the Stranger. It looks like it's going to have a huge adoption rate. And I'm so glad that we hit our goal. So we all get 20 extra shards, which means that, like, I don't have to buy the pass for one of these times that I'm doing this. And so I just have to gold crate twice in a row and only buy the pass once, or I can red crate one more time and then gold crate in the last one and not pay any money. So Relic Delta will affect ships a bit with higher relic characters. Yeah, so like people upping their relic levels because of Relic Delta will affect ships, but there's no like Relic Delta effect in ships. So okay, hopefully that helps, Jelly. I gotta get going. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry we didn't get to more. We'll get to more on Saturday. But big thanks to those who contribute to the Beaver Dam. Each and every one of you is beautiful. I appreciate each and every one of you. Big shout out to our Damn Sugar Daddy, Great One, as well as our Damn Best members, Current and Former. You always have a home on our end screen, as well as a big thanks to our Damn Elite, and welcome to any new Damn Elite. It's good to have you, and we will be having some members-only streams each week. We've already planned it into our schedule, and it will continue from this week forward. So, yeah, Relic 10 will affect ships, but how much it'll affect remains to be seen. I don't know if it's going to open up new counters. I mean, Relic 9 didn't open up a whole bunch of new ones, but we'll definitely see like a race to like who can get Relic 10 Leviathans first and things like that to get crystals at the beginning. But I don't know how much it's actually going to affect like counters and that type of stuff. See you later in the Saturday stream. The Saturday stream times in the Discord. All of our stream times for this week are in the Discord. We have 2 streams, one on the PP channel, one on the main channel tomorrow. And then we have a stream on Friday, and then we have roster reviews on Saturday, as well as a members only roster review stream on Saturday. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for giving a damn. It's 11:26 at night, so I really doubt anyone's up, but we'll see if we can't raid someone. Keep the party alive. Let's see. Hey, Meticulous is up. Let's go ahead and raid Meticulous over on Twitch. And then over on YouTube, I doubt there's anyone playing so go at this time of night. Nope. Star Wars. No one playing Star Wars. Oh, I know what we're gonna go raid. Let's go raid the game I've been playing lately. Not that I have much time for it, but we'll go raid this. Okay. We're going to go raid a Battlefield 6 stream because that's what I've been able to do lately. Make Mara happy. Mara is always happy. She is just the happiest poopers. Good night, Gavin. Good to see you, my friend. Yep, no problem, Benrir. Love you all. Have a good night. Kisses, good night. Good night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.